Think you know the Odyssey? Winning the Trojan War was the easy part. For Odysseus, the real battle was getting home. 10 more years. Storms, monsters, temptations, and choices that test a leader's mind more than his sword. This is not just an ancient travel story. It is a survival guide for identity, loyalty, and the pull of home. We begin after Troy. Odysseus, king of Ithaca, has angered Poseidon, lord of the sea. The gods are divided. Some will help, others will obstruct. Back in Ithaca, a different crisis grows. Dozens of suitors eat and drink in Odysseus' hall and push his wife Penelope to remarry. His son Telemachus is growing up in a house that ignores him. Athena pushes the boy to seek news of his father. The core idea is clear: intelligence over brute force, patience over panic. Home is worth the wait. Meanwhile, Odysseus is stranded on the island of Calypso. She offers immortality if he stays. The gods intervene. Hermes brings the order to release him. A raft, a storm, and a near drowning later, he reaches Phaeacia. Princess Nausicaa guides him to a generous court. At a feast, music and questions coax him to reveal his name. His tale becomes a story inside the story. How a hero turned into a wanderer. First come the Cyclones. A quick raid turns to disaster because the crew celebrates too long, discipline slips and losses mount. Then the Lotus Eaters. A sweet plant makes men forget goals and grief. Odysseus drags his dreaming sailors back to the ships. Leadership sometimes means tying people to their purpose. Next is the Cyclops, Polyphemus. Trapped in a cave, sealed by a boulder, Odysseus introduces himself as nobody, gets the giant drunk, blinds him, and escapes under the bellies of sheep. It is flawless, until pride cracks the plan. From the safety of the sea, Odysseus shouts his real name. Polyphemus prays to Poseidon. The curse lands. Cleverness can save you, ego can sink you. Aeolus, keeper of the winds, ties every breeze but one into a leather bag and points the fleet toward Ithaca. Home is on the horizon when the suspicious crew unties the knot. The winds explode, the ships fly back into open water. Trust breaks, and fate takes the opening. Then the Laestrygonians, giant cannibals, smash the fleet. Only Odysseus' ship survives. On Circe's island, men become swine. A god-sent herb shields Odysseus. They recover, feast, and stay an entire year. Comfort turns out to be its own kind of trap. To find the path home, Odysseus sails to the underworld. The prophet Tiresias warns him, "Do not touch the cattle of the sun." The Sirens sing promises the mind cannot resist. Odysseus stops his crew's ears with wax and has them tie him to the mast. He chooses systems over strength, knowing his own curiosity is the threat. Then, the Strait of Scylla and Charybdis, a cliff monster that snatches men from above on one side, a whirlpool that swallows ships on the other. Odysseus steers for the smaller loss. 6 lives instead of all. On Thrinacia, hunger breaks the men. They slaughter Helios' sacred cattle. Zeus strikes, the ship shatters. Odysseus alone clings to wreckage, and is swept back toward Calypso before the Phaeacians finally carry him home. Home is not simple. Odysseus returns in disguise and tests loyalties. The old dog Argos sees through the racks, walks once, and dies content. The nurse Eurycleia recognizes a scar earned in youth. Identity rises from memory. Penelope proposes a contest. Whoever can string Odysseus' bow and shoot an arrow through 12 axe heads will win her hand. The beggar strings the bow with ease, sends the arrow clean through, and then, with Telemachus and a few faithful allies, restores order to the hull. Justice, at last. The final proof belongs to Penelope. She mentions moving their bed. Odysseus protests. Impossible. He built that bed around a living olive tree. The room is rooted in the earth. Only the real husband would know. The disguise ends. Recognition and reunion follow. Athena descends to silence the blood feud. Peace is enforced. Why does the Odyssey still land? Because its monsters are maps. Scylla and Charybdis teach risk management. The Sirens warn that raw, irresistible truth can wreck you without safeguards. The cattle of the sun say that short-term hunger can bankrupt your future. Even the comfort of Circe and Calypso whispers that pleasure can cost you yourself. Through it all runs xenia, the law of hospitality, which measures how we treat strangers and how we deserve to be treated on roads we do not control. Odysseus is not the strongest or the purest. He is brilliant, flawed, strategic, sometimes reckless, and he keeps going. He ties himself to the mast when he must. He chooses the lesser loss when he has to. He learns that the name you shout into the wind can return as a curse, and still he sails. The Odyssey is not only about getting home, it is about becoming someone worth coming home as.